Hey friends, 3 weeks ago I asked you all to nominate K-pop top 10 video ideas, then you all voted on which idea you wanted a video on. Then we nominated the songs, and then we voted on the best songs. And here we are today with the results for the January's top 10 K-pop video, which just happens to be on Japanese songs by K-pop artists. Going into this, I felt this topic was way too broad because it's like asking fans to select the top 10 K-pop songs of all time. There's a lot to choose from, but you all insisted on this video. LOL. For this, I'm revealing the top 10 results of your voting, and I'm sharing my own top 10 on this topic simultaneously. But before we get started, please do me the huge favor of hitting those like and subscribe buttons for me. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DareToBe. And now that the mini promo is out of the way, let's get started with our countdowns. Starting off this countdown with your vote for number 10, 17's Call Call Call. I just want to remind everyone that the voting and nominations were restricted to songs that were only title tracks and OSTs with music videos. In addition, in the final results here from you all, I only allowed one showing from each artist to prevent a top 10 of multiple songs from the same artist. I really wanted to showcase a variety here, and to give some insight, while it's number 10 here, Call 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 was actually ranked at number 17 in the final result, before I adjusted the ranking to remove duplicate showings from the same artist in the top 10. It makes for a much more diverse showing of acts in this video into the end, I feel. Glad I got to showcase this song though, because I really like this one too. It just didn't get to make my final top 10. For my list, I seriously could not bring myself to select just one song for certain artists here for this list. Some of them have 20 years worth of music in Japan, and to select one song is criminal, so for my list, I will be showcasing more than one song for a few of these artists, if you don't mind. I want to give you a full experience of the variety J-pop songs offer. And for my number 10, I have my set of BIGBANG songs. Starting off my personal countdown of favorite Japanese releases, BIGBANG's Japanese work seems to really go unnoticed from the K-pop community these days. I remember fully investing in K-pop in 2010 and diving into BIGBANG's catalog at the time and really taking to their Japanese work. They have so many great songs in their early days there, definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen them already. And for your number 9, you all voted Kara's Mr. Going into this nomination and voting process, I made one exception. Kara's Mr. is one of the most iconic songs in Japan. I was glad to have been able to still talk about this song and the impact it had in Japan and for K-pop. It gave a resurgence of K-pop acts in Japan and triggered an influx of Japanese debuts in the 2010s. Kara's success was pivotal and groundbreaking. They followed BoA's efforts and were all fluent in the language and were able to assimilate quite well as a group. They are truly missed in the J-pop and K-pop world. And for my number 9, I have Boyfriend's Jackpot. Boyfriend seemed to have been shipped off to Japan, like many K-pop artists back in the day, to barely return home for a period. Because the money's good in Japan, that's why. Boyfriend has a solid Japanese discography and a run there. My personal favorite is Jackpot because that song is a banger. Summer and I Miss You were also wonderful songs as well. If you haven't looked much into Boyfriend's music in K-pop or J-pop, then please do yourself that favor. Alright, and for your number 8, you all voted EXO's Electric Kiss. And for my number 8 is 100%'s How to Cry. 100% debuted in Japan kind of later than their peers, but I'm glad that they at least did because we were blessed with the great songs like How to Cry and Summer Night. I so wish they were much more successful because they've had a wonderful discography in both markets, and I just want to make sure that I can share their music here when I can. And for number 7, you all voted Stray Kids, All In. For my number 7, I have FT Island's Be Free. Be free. FT Island has amazing Japanese songs in their overall discography. I always felt they were stifled in their Korean promotions because they had to tailor their music to fit more to Korean taste to sell. They have great Korean songs, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to their Japanese work, there's a sense of being free and getting full creative control. Crying in the Rain and Primavera are some of my other favorites of mine as well. And for number 6, you all voted BTS's Stay Gold. Stay gold. Stay gold. For my number 6, I have UKiss's Alone and TikTok. I shall be singing for you through the night. I shall be turning on the broken light. I remember when UKiss debuted in Japan with TikTok. Under the same company as Boa and TVXQ there, ABEX and the K-pop community were certainly shocked at the reception of the song there. It was so good. And it was apparent that UKiss was finally going to get the recognition they deserved for so long. UKiss had a prolific career in Japan, and their music is really great. My personal favorite is Still Alone, as it just hits so hard that I'm propelled right into the epic anime scene. I need more of that, please. Hey all, we're coming in at the halfway point, and I went to my Patreon to ask my patrons to provide me with their own choices on J-pop songs they love from the K-pop artists. Thank you so much, patrons past and present, for your support. It really means a lot, and here are your choices. And now back to the countdown. At number 5, you all voted NCT 127's Chain. For my number 5, I have Day6's 3 songs, If We Meet Again, Stop the Rain, and Breaking Out. I'm breaking down. Day6 is another one like FT Island, a band that truly got to spread their wings in the Japanese music market. Rock music is much more well received there, and with Day6's discography, there is a stark contrast to the Korean one. And it's one that I highly approve of. All 3 of these songs are the types of songs I look for when it comes to rock bands, and Day6 hits all the marks with their Japanese releases. I love them so much, and I really look forward to more from them in the J-rock scene. And coming in at number 4 with your votes is Red Velvet's Hashtag Cookie Jar. For my number 4, I have Girls' Generation's Paparazzi. Life is a party, got edge, got a sweet room. It's that day SNSD music in Japan is highly regarded for sure. With many bops, I personally love Paparazzi the most, but I also love Karma Butterfly, Mr. Taxi, and Great Escape. So many great songs in their run in Japan. I do hope they return to the market again someday. And moving on to number 3 is Taemin, Sayonara Hitori from You All. I just want to say, I think this song is epic. I remember being blown away when it premiered at just the visuals of it. So well done, and I could truly say Taemin is the avatar we all need in this world. For my number 3, I have SHINee's Breaking News and 1000 Years Always By Your Side. SHINee made their push to Japan in 2011 and have made their mark. SM knew what they were doing with them, and the boys fit right in. Breaking News is my personal favorite of their Japanese tracks, but 1000 Years Always By Your Side and especially Passport hit differently. One thing I really loved about the Japanese tracks overall is that they just have better ballads, I feel. The ballads in Japan bring on the feels and have a different melody compared to the Korean ones. Not just exclusive to SHINee, but also my next 2 artists have some exceptional ones too. Alright folks, we're coming in just before the top spots, and I wanted to showcase my other personal favorite Japanese songs that I hated to leave off from my countdown. Again, there were so many to discuss and showcase that I could have just done this video on my own, really. So here are my own honorable mentions that just missed my own top 10 cut. And the runner-up with all of your votes is Girls' Generation's Mr. Taxi. And for my runner-up, I have a slew of Japanese songs from TVXQ. TVXQ's record-breaking history in Japan is something spectacular. So many fantastic Japanese songs in their discography, they have a variety to appeal to many's tastes. Their ballads are chill-inducing, while their dance songs slap. Why, yes, they do. Whether it's the original 5-member songs or the current duo, there's music exclusively in Japanese that truly resonate with the fans of Japan and beyond. With over 1,000 entries submitted and votes, coming in at the number 1 spot, You All voted Twice's Breakthrough. And at number 1, I mean, if you're a subscriber of mine, this is not a shock to you. So my number 1 is obviously going to be a slew of BoA songs. Going into this video, myself and my subscribers already knew who was going to be number one here. Let's face it, when it comes to Japanese promotions and breaking outside of Korea, you have to give it to the one and only BoA. The one that started it all and paved the way to make it as a Japanese star. BoA's legacy in Japan is unmatched. Her 20-year career and amazing Japanese songs under her belt, it was so hard to just choose one song to represent from her countless hits in her collection. BoA's foray into Japan set the precedence for K-pop stars to look elsewhere outside the domestic market and be a successful artist to the masses in this day and age. And if you haven't checked out BoA's Japanese work, I highly recommend it. There's something in it for everyone. Well, that's it for today, folks. Share below your favorite Japanese songs from the K-pop artists. I hope you all enjoyed this and learned some new music here today. As always, thank you all for watching. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. While you're here, check out many more of my K-pop videos on all kinds of topics, and see you next time.